I have reviewed them. I have given them a chance. But now it's time for my honest opinion. Hey everyone, in today's video, I am going to be giving my truly honest opinion about all the pre-built houses that are in Welcome to Bloxburg. I have reviewed them, and in my reviews, I tried to think of people who would actually use them with some changes to them, but not really giving my own opinion, only giving my own opinion when it comes to clutter and stuff. But I did recommend them because a lot of people might actually enjoy them, people who don't like to build and stuff like that. But right now, it is time for purely my own opinion about them and how I feel about them. So let's start with the OG house, which is of course the starter house. Now the starter house, from the outside starting, there's not much to it. I don't really like the colors. The green and the yellow is just a little too bright for me. But other than that, there's not much to that house. I rate the outside of this house a 5 out of 10 just because of the colors. The shape is not wrong and everything. But then going inside, this table right here should have been moved a little bit to the side so that 4 people could sit on them. It's pretty dark in here, and the ceiling is looking concrete, which reminds me of a popcorn ceiling. And then the tiles in the kitchen, I don't know, man, and the pizza box and everything. But other than that, it's standard, it's a basic house, there's not too much wrong with it, it's just personal opinions. The bedrooms as well, single bedroom, could have been a double bedroom if they were a bit more space efficient. And then right here you get stuck between the closet and the couch, so you have to run around it. And then we come to the bathroom. Simple bathroom, 5.5 out of 10, because I don't feel like there's anything wrong with it. There's just a lot of changes could be done to this house. So 5.5 and 5, that makes 10.5 out of 20 for the starter house. I'm pretty rude in this one, oh my goodness. Then next up we have the Cosy Cottage. Call it cozy whatever you want, but to me on the outside it does not look as cozy as it should have been. I give the outside of this house also 5. No, I'm gonna give it 4 out of 10. I did change some stuff, but there used to be a bathroom here right next to the front door. It doesn't even have curtains. And if you were at the door of this house, you could basically see anyone sitting on the toilet and take a shower. So yes, a 4 out of 10, just because that bathroom was in plain sight, and that's not meant to happen. And then inside, I like this one a lot better already. I like the couches over here with like the foot bench and stuff like that. So that's a nice addition. It's maybe a little too bright, but it didn't used to be. Wow, what happened to my wall here? That is some scary stuff. It didn't used to be that way, so I can't really take points away for that. It used to be a really nice light, but right now it's just a little bit too bright. But other than that, there's 4 chairs around the table, which is perfect. This is maybe a little bit too narrow, but that's okay. And then we have a bedroom kind of based on the bedroom in the starter house with an ensuite, which is amazing, but the toilet is in front of the window and that bothers me so much. But what I hate most about this house, and I did move it because I did a video on it once, that there used to be a toilet looking out of the window right here. I actually made a basement with a toilet inside it because I just couldn't cope with it anymore. But yes, everything used to be in plain sight. I added a privacy blind because I did not feel safe going to the toilet here. Like, imagine if that was real life. And then there's another bedroom. I don't know what happened to my windows. This is so strange. Oh my goodness. And this bedroom, kind of like a kid's bedroom, although there's no toys in here, but the inside of this house gets a 7 out of 10 for me. So that's 4 out of 10, 7 out of 10. That makes 11 on 20. Wow, I'm so rude. I feel so bad. But at least it's half a point more than what the starter house got. And then next up, we go to Peaceful Living. Peaceful Living, I don't know how I feel about this house. Like, I like the shape of the house, but the roof is kind of weird in my opinion. The sides are okay, the front part is bad. Like, just bad for me. But at least there's a garage, and there's a road to the garage, which is amazing. I give the outside of this house a 6.5 out of 10. And then going inside, there is some questionable stuff here. The carpet used to be different, so let's not look at that. But there is some questionable stuff here. For example, when you go into the garage, there's a lot of clutter just standing here. And I feel like that adds a lot to the value of the house, even though it's already decorated, which is nice for some people. But I just feel like they added a bit too much clutter in this house. However, I do like how this house is built. Bathroom in the back. The window is a little bit higher so that people cannot look inside it. I'm not a fan of the red, but that's a personal opinion. But other than that, this house is perfectly fine, so I don't really have anything more to say. However, is there only one bedroom in this house? Yes, there's only one bedroom in this house. What is it called? Peaceful Living. So it's not called Family House, which is good. I give the inside of this house 6.5 out of 10. I think I gave the outside 6.5 as well. So that makes for a 13 out of 20 points, which is the best house overall so far. I like how it has a lane right here, and then in the back there's a tiny little garden, which is cool as well. Then we come to the classic family house. I kind of like the outside of this house, how it has a porch and everything. This was built before pillars were into the game, so they used a wall to build that. I don't mind the brick color, the green not really a fan of, but the outside overall is okay. I am giving it a 6.5 on 10 as well. However, with the new updates, you do need to water your flowers, which is kind of sad. Then going inside, as you can see, this is quite the dark house. Ceiling lights weren't implemented then, and we have to keep that in mind as well. Wait, ceiling lights were implemented, they just made it really dark. Oh well. Now the color's not really a fan of. The kitchen is very, very big compared to some other stuff in the house. Like we have this living room, which kind of feels like a dead zone. But then the thing that triggers me most about this build is how it has these really big spaces for families because it's a family home, but then it only has one bedroom. How can a family home have one bedroom? And that triggers me so much. There also weren't closets in game, so they put books as like a walk-in closet. But honestly, this house is quite big for what it actually is. Let's go into build mode and let's check the up view. So as you can see, the kitchen is like huge. There's a lot of empty space. And then in the living room as well, same with the hallway. And then it only has one bedroom? That is kind of sad. Also, imagine if this was real life and you had guests over here and they had to use the bathroom. They had to go all the way through the hallway, through your living room, through your bedroom, and then go to the bathroom over here. So that's kind of inconvenient. It would have been nice if the door was like here somewhere and the living room was positioned differently, but that's not the case. I'm giving the inside of this house a 3 out of 10. So that makes for 9.5 out of 10, which makes it the worst house so far. Sorry, Coeptus. And of course I meant 9.5 out of 20, not 9.5 out of 10. And that brings us to the classic Suburban. Now, there's not much wrong with this house. The only thing I would do is maybe remove some of the fencing around the house. But other than that, I kind of like the shape of this house. The colors are nice. They're just a little washed out, which is amazing. They don't have to be too bright. There's a garage, everything like that. The only thing I would remove is like a bit of these fences. I'm giving this 7.5 out of 10 for the outside. But then going inside, the hallway is okay, but then you have this room with just clutter, which I would have made into a bathroom, because this would be a perfect guest toilet. I don't know why they didn't do that. And then in here you have your garage. There's a bit less clutter, but there's still some clutter. And then the living room, which is quite quashed into this corner over here, even though you have a lot more space to use in this room. And then the kitchen, same thing as well. This table, I would have put it like in the middle of the kitchen so that everyone could easily sit around a table, because if you have to sit here, you have to go all the way back and sit in that corner over here. Like imagine being squashed in that corner over here while there is a lot of space left to actually move your table around. I don't know why they did that. Then there's a bedroom with its own closet and a desk. I think this is like the first real desk that we've seen. Another bedroom. And then this bathroom with a lot of mirrors. So these are actually all okay. I like these rooms. The only thing I hate is like the table in the kitchen and then this living room. And then how they did not make this into a guest toilet. I'm giving the inside a 6 out of 10, which means 7.5 plus 6 makes 13.5 out of 20. So far, this is my favorite house, apparently. And then that brings us to the Bloxington Mansion. This used to be an okay house, but I feel like over time it got worse and worse. And right now I don't really even like it anymore. The outside is okay-ish. The only thing I hate about the outside is like the roof, because it's just one big block. And then the fact that the garage is like attached to it, but they could have made another area back here to add, for example, another bedroom. It is a mansion after all. But no, they decided to create a little hallway that goes to the garage like that. This house is very, very outdated. I think that this one was made before ceiling lights. And you have 2 hallways to enter the house. So this is the first hallway. And then you got another hallway with some art pieces built into it. You got your standard kitchen, nothing much wrong with it. I like how they made the kitchen island, stuff like that. And then there's a dining room, so this is like a modern kitchen. And then you go into a really old style dining room with a very bright wall. And then going through a room with a bookshelf. That leads you to the garage. I like how they did the lights, though. The colors are very weird. Oh, I need to rate the outside of the house. The outside of the house gets 6 out of 10. The inside is gonna be a little bit different. So I hate how it just has 2 completely different styles here. And then you go into the living room. Another really bright color. And like, there's only one seat positioned correctly at the TV. The other seat is like facing the other way. Then this is an office space. It's quite dark, so you can barely see it. But I like this office space. And then this bedroom in the front, which looks like a mermaid room. And then you got your bathroom over here. Let's go into a build mode. I think this mansion only has one bedroom as well. But I feel like the intention of the game at first was to have like houses with only one bedroom inside it. But you cannot really call this a mansion just because it has a pool, in my opinion. The hallway seems to be the biggest room in the house. They could have easily made another room here and add 2 bedrooms inside that. It would have been closer to a mansion than it is now. I hate the different styles, the empty hallway. I like the desk. And then the fact that the only bathroom in the house is the ensuite in the bedroom kind of makes me hate the house even more. I'm rating the inside of the house 2 out of 10. Because it's so outdated. I think I rated the outside 6, so that makes for 8 out of 20, which means this is my least favorite house now that you can buy. It is the most expensive one. It costs 200,000 BLOXBURG dollars, which is quite expensive. The only thing I truly like about this house is like the desk area and then this pool over here. But other than that, I just don't really like this house anymore. It is an OG house though, so you must give it credit for that. But that was my truly honest opinion about the pre-built houses. I like some of them. Well, like, I don't love any of them. I like some of them. I hate some of them, but that's my opinion. What do you think about the pre-built houses? What is your favorite one? What is your least favorite one? Which ones have you bought and which ones did you wish you never bought? That was it. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button and please subscribe.